This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting live 100 feet from the Gulf of America. Here are your award-winning social media superstars, the hosts of Beach Talk Radio, Kim and Ed Ryan.
Yeah. Thank you. And thank you all for coming to Wahoo Willie's today. And can we get a big round of applause from everyone that's from Cape Coral, for the audience that can hear it? We draw more people from Cape Coral to the beach show than we do on our Friday night Cape Coral show that's actually in Cape Coral. So thank you all for coming. Actually, we have the Cape Coral Running Club that's here. They parked on the in the free lot at the base of the bridge, and they ran 3 miles, and then they got soaked. The only time it ever rained in the morning was when they came over to run. But thank you for coming to Fort Myers Beach and spending some of your money here. And we know that we have some friends here, some folks here from Fort Myers that are going out on the boat today. And it's going to be a nice day that they go out on the boat. So thank you all for coming to the beach. Before we get the show rolling, well, the show is rolling, actually. I wanted to bring Joy up. Joy is a great member of the Fort Myers Beach community. And if I had enough time, I'd list all the different organizations that she volunteers for. So just grab either one. Yes, I think that'll be you right there. How are you?
Hi, Ed.
Let me turn that down a little bit. It might be too loud. There you go. So, Joy, we played some pickleball this morning before it got rained out, and you wanted to share some stuff about what's going on with Bay Oaks.
Well, so I'm on BORCAB, which is the Bay Oaks Advisory Board, and I'm also on the Friends of Bay Oaks, and the Friends is going to create one of the charms for the beach basket there, and it'll be on sale at Bay Oaks, and you can get a membership at Bay Oaks and get a charm, or you can spend $10 and get a charm. But I've got a picture of it. It's really kind of cool.
All right. We can show it to the camera right there.
Yeah.
It's really a picture of
the charm.
The Bay Oaks Recreational Center campus.
Yeah. It's really kind of a cool little charm.
And so we were playing pickleball this morning, and there was probably 20 people there
this morning. It was a great turnout for a Sunday.
Oh, really? Yeah. Is that unusual for a Sunday?
Yeah. You know, people sometimes take Sundays off or
I got you.
Go to church, but we worship at the pickleball.
Yes, we sure do.
Yeah.
And I'm addicted. I know I'm officially old now because I'm addicted to pickleball, and I try and get out at the on the Bay Oaks facility there 3 times a week because it's such great exercise, and the people are so nice over there. Everybody's helpful, even though I can be a jerk because I hate losing. I'm very competitive. It's not a competitive thing. I keep telling myself. And everybody is so nice and, giving you tips and stuff. I've only played like 5 times. The town manager was there this morning. Will was out there playing, and everybody.
Jorge was there.
Yep.
Yeah, we have some regulars. And even in season, like 65 people show up at Bay Oaks, which is why they put in the new courts. And so people are going to be able to play on the new courts because they're putting in better dividers.
Yes. I was told by Will that those courts will be open this coming week. The cement is set for the fencing. And is 4 more? 3 or 4 more on that side? 4 more. So you'll have 4 there. You have 3 on the basketball court and a couple more on the tennis courts.
Right. Even Howie plays.
I think Howie played 1 game this morning and then he left.
This morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say that even it did start raining, so we didn't get to continue to play. But Howie played a game, and then I finally found one person that's worse at the game than I am, and that's Sam Laurie. He's absolutely terrible. I mean, the guy is just awful. He's usually
a little better.
Well, he was totally terrible today, which I was happy to see.
Well, but and we have tournaments, so you helped us out with the foundation tournament, and the foundation isn't going to do it again next year, but the Friends of Bay Oaks is
Cool.
going to pick up that tournament.
Yes.
And then the Kids Foundation, I think, did a tournament this
The
year.
Beach
and it
Kids
was
Foundation.
Beach
Yep,
Kids,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
And it was very successful.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Bay Oaks does a great job, and it's a great facility, and I think more people should use it.
So, two things I wanted to ask you about. Easy questions. What is the membership for a Bay? What does the Bay Oaks membership cost for non-residents?
Non-residents, I don't know.
Well, somebody will text it to you if they're
Yeah,
watching. Like,
I'm
there's
sorry.
a membership for residents. How much is that? Okay, I'm sorry I asked you anything today, Joy. I thought I was asking you easy questions. But,
Sorry.
so somebody will tell somebody.
65, is that for the family or for
Are you running? You're not running for office. You didn't file on time. So the only reason I'm asking is because I would like to get a membership. I feel like I'm stealing from the
It's-
town
you know
by
what?
not paying.
It's online.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
So if I write a check to Bay Oaks to get a membership, that would be it's online. I'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
I think everybody should have a membership to Bay Oaks. I mean that
Absolutely.
helps with whatever. I don't even know what it helps with, but I'm sure it helps with something, right? Yeah. Whatever the money goes
Well,
toward
it
will help with
pays for
something.
the salaries of the people
Cool.
that work
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So Kim and I will get a membership to Bay Oaks. We have memberships to like the Historical Society, all the Women's Club. We like supporting everything that we can.
Well,
And
we
I-
appreciate that.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
I think we might need to push out the fact that there are memberships to Bay Oaks. I didn't really know that until today. So
Yeah.
I'm glad
Well,
that
you
Michelle
can play
told me.
pickleball outside without a membership.
See, I don't think we should say that,
Well,
Joy. I
I
don't think
mean,
that we should say that anything's for free. I think we should
it's
say,
a park, right?
yeah,
So parks,
yeah. I'm a little worried about the parks here on the island, so that's why I'm saying that.
okay, an individual 6-month membership is $50. Okay. 6-month membership for a family of 4 is $100 for residents and $175 for non-residents.
All right, so I will write a check for 175. Well, Kim will write the
Well,
check.
wait a minute.
No.
Annual membership for an individual.
All right, Joy. Well, you don't have to go through all the
Okay,
details.
sorry.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the second question I had for you is,
Yeah.
is there any way that any interest in doing like a league, like that we could? Here's what I'm thinking: if there's not a way to raise money for the Friends of Bay Oaks, there's no reason to do it. So we do a league, a fun league, and we charge people to have their team, but we also get sponsors for shirts, sponsorships. We beg Alex King for money because he never,
I
maybe
think that's a super idea.
maybe we get Times Square Terry to donate something to the league.
Yeah,
but,
I love it.
so
I love that.
it would have to
idea.
be co-ed. Holy
Oh,
moly!
of
It
course,
would be-
co-ed.
But I said the league should be co-ed, and my wife's like, "Why does it always have to be co-ed?
It
Why
doesn't.
can't it be
It
co-kim?"
doesn't. It can be. We can have.
No.
I had a women's league back over in Bay or Bonita for a
Yeah.
while, and they closed that down. But yeah, a co-ed league would be fun.
Yeah, I've ran softball leagues and things like that, and so if there's anything I can do to help, I'm not trying to get anyone's way. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to nose into it. I'm
yeah.
just trying to say
Well,
if there's
we'll
a way.
talk later.
Okay,
How's that?
that's what I wanted to bring up with you to see
Okay.
if that worked out. All right, Joy. Big hand for Joy,
Thank you,
everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we're gonna buy a membership to Bay Oaks because I feel like I've been ripping Bay Oaks off by. Did you see we have a guest in the audience, dear? I don't know if you've noticed who the guest is across from the. Yes, our daughter is here, and so is our son-in-law, and so is Hudson. Everybody, there is Hudson in the background there. He's got a sailor's hat on. I don't know if he's going to make his podcasting debut today. Man, those babies get old real quick. So, of course, nothing matters now that the show is going on. Once the baby arrives, nothing else matters about sitting right here. There's no co-host. Come on up now. Come on up. You can mingle, dear. You can mingle. I want to bring Tom Coleman up. Tom is a sponsor of the show, and I want Tom to talk about why he decided to come back and sponsor the show and grab the microphone there. Then we'll get Dan up here. There's not a lot of pressing issues going on the beach, but let me turn your mic on there. You on?
Maybe.
Yeah, there we go. So welcome back. Thank you. You still married? Your fifth marriage is still intact?
Number 4. Ed.
Fourth
We all know
marriage.
you
so-
can't count.
I'm not really good with math.
Mathematics is not for Ed.
I can keep score at a pickleball game because I'm usually 0. So that's easy to
Well,
keep
if I
track
was here,
of.
it'd be 0-0.
Yeah. So what's
there's
going
that.
on with your business? Tell everybody.
So Eagle Eye Aluminum has joined forces with remodeling contractors out of Naples. A good friend of mine And so we are no longer just doing the basic non-structural aluminum, the seamless gutters, soffit and fascia. We are full blown. We can do structural aluminum pool cages and that sort of thing, as well as bathrooms, kitchens, full remodels. He's got over 10 years of experience, so we have joined forces. My phone number, 239-340-1639 for Eagle Eye Aluminum. And Dan Zerbreg with Remodeling Contractors is 239-455-4019, that is.
Sweet. All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate you advertising with us, and send us the information.
Love
We'll
being
keep
part of the
pushing
crew.
it out.
Thank you.
Tom Coleman from Eagle Eye Aluminum, everybody. Thank you for being a sponsor of the show and for coming out to Wahoo Woolies today. And I don't know if you guys noticed our shirts yesterday. We have brand new shirts that we're selling. We sold 10 of them at the show yesterday. They're full of the American flag, and they have just a little bit of Beach Talk Radio on it. And on the 4th of July, there's going to be a parade that I believe starts at 11 o'clock-ish. I'm not sure what time. 10 o'clock is when the parade starts. You can still put your float or your car or your bicycle or your golf cart in the parade. You have to contact Bay Oaks and ask for Neil, and you can get in the 4th of July parade. We'll be broadcasting the parade live from the Whale, right out in front of the Whale on their little grassy knoll right out in front of that area. And then the fireworks will be broadcasting live from Margaritaville. And you remember the kids? The kids loved the Frisbees when we did the last parade. The last parade, what was the last parade that was on the beach? It was the St. Patrick's Day parade. And we brought Frisbees for the kids, and they loved them. So I ordered more Frisbees. So if your kids are around waiting for the parade to come down, we're going to give more Frisbees away. What? I got these from Any Promo. That's where I got these from.
I wonder if they have like red, white, and blue.
I should have thought of that. I didn't think of that. I always think about yellow.
Here's the thing. If you would ask me, I would give you,
know,
information. Like somebody
if
could
I
have designed this shirt.
If I asked you what color should we get the Frisbees, you would say, we're not getting any Frisbees. It's a waste of money. That's what you would say. And if you're being honest, that's what you would say.
I would say as promotional things.
Yeah, well, we're
that's
giving
fine.
them away. So the other thing I learned today was that, and now from Sam Lurie, who's a worse pickleball player than I am, that I'm not allowed to wear yellow sneakers because they conflict with the ball. So he said it distracts the other players. And I'm like, I only have 4 pair of yellow sneakers. I don't know what the hell else I can do.
But you have pink ones now. Pink.
I don't have pink sneakers. They're yellow.
Pink pickleball balls.
Yeah, nobody likes the pickleball, pink balls. Are we going to get the podcasting debut of Hudson?
No.
Is he? Are you going to bring him on, Jilly?
No.
Jilly? She's not as convinced as you. Can you bring him on or not?
No.
I would like him to. Look at how cute that baby is.
I know,
wow,
he's
look at how
very
cute he
cute.
is. How old is he now? 8 months?
8 months.
Very nice. Everybody is waiting to see Hudson on the online audience. Here comes Jilly. He's completely covered in his hat. Got to show off this baby. Look at how happy that baby is. Show him to the.
Hi, Mother.
Hello. Look at those blue eyes. Holy moly. What does that baby weigh now? What do you think that baby weighs, Jilly? 20 pounds. Hello. Don't touch the baby. I know not allowed to touch the baby. Am I allowed to say hi to the baby?
Well, the baby only cries when
yeah,
he
try and give me the
holds
baby.
him.
You want to see the baby cry? Just try and hand him to me. Very nice. Oh, geez.
Wow, this is
Hello.
be,
Let's see.
be
Can
calm
you
and
say
quiet.
hello? You say hello? Say hello to the audience.
Don't put it in his face, she said.
Hello. Say hello. Say mama. Say mama. He's getting close. He's like, I'm thinking I'm going to cry right about now. All right, Jilly, take him back. Take him back. He's not crying. What is he, over 8 months? Almost 9 months?
8 months.
All righty. Well, that's the end of the show, everybody. By the way, can we get a big round of applause for the New York Knicks for finally winning a championship? Yeah, after 53 years. Yeah, Howie's a New Yorker. Listen, and I stayed up until, what was it? It was like midnight last night.
I know. We don't even stay up on New Year's Eve that late, but we had to stay up and watch it. I'm not a big, but it was a good game,
Yeah.
and they had to make it go right to the very bitter end.
And she's like, you did such a good job by not yelling and screaming
I know you did.
at the end of the game. It was
You
because I was
did.
in disbelief. 53 years. I'm trying to remember. I know people are bored by all this, but I was trying to remember like how you can relate to that 29-point there. How you can relate to that 29-point turnaround. It had to be like the 86 Mets when the ball went through Buckner's legs. But that wasn't the last game. Now they still had to win the next game. That was like game 6 or whatever it was, and they still had to win the next game. But this is almost the same exact thing. It was the 9th inning. There were 2 outs, and they started a rally, and then the ball went through Buckner's legs, and that poor guy never lived that down. But it was
one
nice.
guy on the other team, that center, Wemba,
Yeah.
he's like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, he's going to be good for a long time.
He's like stick. He's like
Yeah.
a stick bug.
Yeah.
He's all legs and arms.
Anyway, we just knocked out 14 to 16 minutes without having the mayor on.
And we lost people in the
No,
mix.
we didn't. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the real reason why you're here. It's to see the mayor of Cuba, and his name is Dan Allers. Big hand for the mayor
We're
of
gonna
Cuba.
do that. It's got to be Dan. I can't roll my R's yet. I'm trying to learn Spanish, but I can't.
Listen to Howie over there. He's being very disruptive, Dan. There you
Good
go.
morning. Good morning.
How are you?
Congratulations on the Knicks win.
Yes.
It
You see
sounds
how I-
like he's having surgery over there without
Or
You
he's
see what I put on?
anesthesia.
You see what I put on the screen?
I did see that, yeah.
So the first thing I wanted to ask you about was Bay Oaks. I want to stay on Bay Oaks
Sure.
because I'm starting to fall in love with Bay Oaks. I love going over there. I don't
He's
know why.
fickle though, so
I don't know why you have speed bumps. The whole speed
He's
bump thing
very
makes no
fickle.
sense to me. Why there
Oh,
are speed
boy.
bumps? So everybody goes around them now. So there's
More
like
things for Ed Ryan to complain about.
no, I'm not complaining. It's just I'm wondering. So we have now 6 or 7 outdoor pickleball courts. Thank you, Bart. Thank you very much.
Thank
The
you.
folks from Cape Coral are heading back to the Cape, and they came over
See
to
you
run,
later.
spend some money.
Oh, no, he's staying
Oh,
for a
okay.
little bit.
And so you have 6 or 7 pickleball courts. Will said the other ones are around by the field are going to open next week now that the cement has gotten solid or whatever happens with
Yeah.
cement. And so it starts to rain, and you've got 20 people standing underneath the overhang. We're still wanting to play pickleball, and you have
Dedicated.
the chairperson of BORCAB, the Bay Oaks Committee,
Yeah.
and not a single person in that crowd is allowed to have a key to let everybody inside to play on the indoor courts. Don't you think that maybe the chairperson of the Bay Oaks Committee can have the key so that the people that want to
It's-
continue on playing, or maybe there's some people that want to play inside and not outside, and
what about
it just-
bathrooms?
there's no bathrooms. There's no bathrooms.
There's bathrooms now. Whether or not they were unlocked is another story. I don't know. But
There's
there is
bathrooms inside, but the building
You
there's
know what's
bathrooms
going to
outside,
happen
too.
if you don't have open bathrooms outside?
there's no bathrooms outside.
Yes, there is, right by the Little League field.
You know how far that is from the courts?
But you
wet
said
my-
there's no bathrooms.
Well, I don't know if they're open or not, but I
I
know
don't know if they are
Jorge.
either.
I know Jorge had to get back in his car to go find a restaurant to go to the bathroom in.
Yeah, and I don't know about liability for people having keys. I know there was talk before Milton and Helene came along that we were going to do when Andy was still here. There was talk about trying to do like a keyed access, a secured access thing that you could have a pass to swipe to get in. But obviously those 2 storms pushed it back where we had to do some more electrical work. So I don't know where that's at. Jeff would be able to answer that question.
But
more than
I
could.
guess I don't want to harp on it, and I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but I'm just thinking you have all these responsible adults that
Well, but I think for
will
You
all
know-
sign a waiver.
but still for liability issues, you probably have to have a staff member there to be able to
Dear-
do that. Would be
Mayor.
my
You
guess.
you don't.
Mayor, I go to a 24-hour gym and there's nobody there. Nobody.
Okay, but that's not a government entity. That's a.
What's the difference?
I'm not a legal person. I can't answer that. But
I mean,
that would
don't
be my
you?
guess.
But don't you think that would be like an option as opposed to hiring somebody?
I think if it can legally be done, yeah, it would be a great option.
Can you
but I
call
don't know.
Nancy get Nancy on the phone
Sure.
right
Do you
now?
have
yeah,
the
sure.
bathroom?
I'll bother
Come-
her on a Sunday. Yeah.
She's
With
still,
a
because
with
Ed
a
has a problem
bathroom
with the
because a
bathroom not
bathroom
close enough.
question.
The
Yeah.
Listen,
bathroom's not close enough.
listen. I'm looking out for the ladies. I go in the mangroves and pee. I'm not worried about
You
what
do
I'm looking out
not.
for the ladies. No, I don't have to go at all when we're playing pickleball. I don't go
Sure.
for a week because you get so dehydrated.
Yeah.
But so I was just wondering if there's something. I mean, I didn't want to
Apparently, there's kids jumping the fence to use the field too.
The ball field is supposed to. Oh yeah, that's the other thing that people. I mean, do you have any update on the anything going on with the locked-in field? Where you know what I did notice last week.
The Little League.
No, not the Little League field. No. I'm sure we could get into the Little League field. Oh, Howie's left already. So the field behind the school. Any news on why that's still locked? Or is that going to just remain locked forever? There's playground
on the school property.
Yeah, the playground.
The town doesn't own that.
I know.
That's school property. So same thing, liability reasons, they're not going to let people in there.
Yeah.
You're talking about where the park is.
Hey.
What's up? Holy moly, man. Wow. Holy crap. It's crazy around here today. It's just crazy.
Yeah, you're talking about where the playground and stuff is. Yeah,
yeah.
that's controlled by the school district.
Yeah. So any news, being that we're on Bay Oaks, about what might be going in the field, in the big field there?
Well, no, the field's going to stay open. Obviously, hopefully we'll get some nice grass in there. At
Yeah.
one point, the seed didn't take. So, no, I think it's going to stay open per the grant funding that we had. It has to be a multi-purpose field. So
okay. I
it'll
didn't know
stay
that.
open. Yeah, it has to be part of receiving the grant to be able to finish that was it had to be a multi-purpose field. So I think what you see now, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be something going forward. There's a lot of people that have a lot of great ideas about what that field can be used for. Obviously, for me, it's important that we try to monetize it as much as we can.
Let's monetize
have
everything.
To have events down there. I mean, it's a great space. There's parking. There's everything you need there. So you've got to get the grass back. So
Look,
it's not
Joy,
a holy hole.
if it was me, anybody that stepped on those pickleball courts should have a Bay Oaks membership. I mean, if we're trying to, hey, how are you? Nice to see you.
I know this is crazy.
Yes, and
like how many years
Holy
has
moly.
it been?
If anybody
A
uses the
lot of
pickleball
years.
courts, they should have a. I know, but we're talking a different era now. The Tallahassee is coming down hard, don't you think, Dan? We should all pay for the park.
I think Tallahassee made a decision, and we're going to have to make decisions because of it.
Yeah,
So we'll
that's
see
what I'm saying.
happens.
That's the only. I mean, if otherwise, I would say let it go. But now we have to figure out ways to make money at Bay Oaks, and
Well,
I think
yeah,
that's fair. I think it's fair.
Well, I don't disagree with you. I think the goal for any municipality is to try to be revenue neutral when it comes to parks and mooring fields and things like that. And you have to seriously look at, they got to pay for themselves. But I think if you look across the country, if you ask anybody, parks and rec are always subsidized by the municipalities.
I don't disagree with that, but I think if we prepare for what's coming down, it's coming down.
Well, I think what happens, and I think what you're seeing, what Joy is saying is, people are very sensitive. They know that their tax dollars are already going to pay for and subsidize some of this, and then you want to add an additional fee on top of it. Then people start to have an issue with it. So how do we figure that out? How do we
there
figure
are
out
programs that people that parks
sure,
and recs
sure.
do that you
like
you
the BOSS
pay
program?
for.
I know that's been talked about. There's things that you can do to help generate some income. The pool will be a
Right.
huge generator, I think, once that's finally open. So
I don't know.
I mean, I
just,
feel like the pickle. I'm never on your side, but I kind of feel like that's an additional park thing.
Yeah.
Like I know, right? But if I go to a park, there's trees, there might be swings, picnic tables, but
barbecue
a pickleball
grills, whatever.
court that costs some money to do. So I could see the rationale of charging a
Listen,
nominal fee for that.
when you go to Cape Coral, they have this place called the Courts. It's considered a park, but you have to pay. You have to have a membership to play pickleball in that park. It's not unfair. I think
Nobody's saying
Yeah.
it's unfair, but it's definitely got to
Right.
you got to take a look at it, right? I mean, these outdoor pickleball courts are fairly new. People,
you're in an area where you don't have to worry about the neighbors because it can be noisy, and people,
Right.
when you're doing it in neighborhoods, people worry about the noise and things like that. It's a perfect spot.
Listen,
You should add more courts. I
the
think.
way pickleball is going, you could make up that $300,000 shortfall
Yeah.
just in pickleball.
We could do it,
Yeah,
Joy. We could do it. We could do it.
Well,
I think we could
if
do
you
it.
could start hosting tournaments and
Yeah.
stuff there and bringing
Yeah.
people in, and I mean, there's
Yeah.
a lot of opportunities that are untapped, not just pickleball.
And I want to say thank you to the town. They put up a nice new fence behind the pickleball court there, so the balls don't go in the mangroves anymore. It's beautiful.
I'm
Not a
sure.
single ball went in the
Wow!
mangroves today.
Don't
Not
break
one.
don't break your arm patting yourself on the back there, mister.
It was as easy as going to Lowe's, and I showed up yesterday with 16 zip ties, and there's a fence.
You must love it when someone like him just is like, well, this is how you do it, and you do it so easy. You and I
Sure.
fight about this. The way the government gets things done,
Right.
we all complain, but there is a process and procedures, and those
Yeah.
things have to be followed because you have people that are going to complain about
Will
the other
was.
side of it.
I mentioned the fence yesterday. Will was watching the show and he goes, "Work without a permit. Work without a permit." I'm sure he was joking around. It's a plastic fence. It's not like it was a chain link fence. So,
Well, the town always gets donations from people for
Yeah,
things like
yeah.
that. So,
and if you need a
should have gone
receipt,
through that process. But
if you need a
think you're above
receipt
the
on
processes
Monday-
on the island, so
I'm gonna get it done first.
so
I'll show you how we can do it.
I'll show you how you can.
nobody
do it.
was there to help
No
me
one
put
else
it up.
knows how to do it.
Of course, I rolled the fence backwards the wrong way, so I was glad nobody was there to see.
It didn't
I
come with
screwed it up.
instructions.
He wouldn't have been able to read them anyways.
I can see the text messages that call, Kim, I need help.
That's
How do you
right.
unroll this fence?
That's-
This
All right.
fence is all rolled up in a ball. How do you get it out?
So, the other thing I wanted to ask you about was the parking lot. Like, what's going on with the town hall property? If
You
you're
asked
not
the
going
same
to,
question. It's the same
Well,
answer.
if you're not going to make it a parking lot, let's
It-
build pickleball courts
the
on
plan
that
is
damn
for it to
thing.
be a parking lot, but you have to go through the zoning to get the
Well,
use
what's
to
the
be able to-
where are we in the
It's
process?
coming before the LPA in August.
Oh, you guys got to go through the LPA?
Well, of course, you
Oh
can't.
God!
You don't get to just rezone a project or a property because you're the town.
Oh, you have to
Send him down
rezone
there.
it?
Yeah, well, you have to add it because it's industrial, and under industrial, it's not industrial. Now my brain just stopped. But there's uses that go with zoning.
Yeah.
And if a parking lot is not a use within that zoning district, then institutional.
Oh.
That's what I meant to say. Not
Gotcha.
industrial, institutional. So that you have to go through and ask for that.
Dude, they're
Could
illegal.
Could you make it? Would pickleball courts fall under its use as
I
it's
love that
currently
idea.
I
zoned?
mean, it could be.
And it's in an area where there are no
And it's
really.
right
There's not a lot
there.
of neighbors, right, Joy?
It's
It wouldn't
right
be.
there.
You live down there, don't you? Close to that. Hey, but by the way, there are illegal parking lots all
There are
over this
what?
town.
No, there's no neighbors next to Estero Boulevard.
No, there are illegal parking lots all over this town. What's the big deal? Just create another one.
Yeah.
Do you have
Well-
any idea where that guy is, Mr. Tequila guy? Is he in the fines wise?
Oh, I don't know. Well, it's $500 a day, so
Oh man, that's got to be
Continues to go
cranking
up.
up there. Now he's not getting all the business either. So his
continuing
court
to go.
date. His court date's got to be coming up too, where he belted that guy's phone out of his hand. I've been watching that.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, and the other thing too about court dates, I don't mean to sidetrack, but I won't remember, is the judge still has not ruled on the defamation case against Bill Veach and Ray Murphy. So we're waiting. What the judge did was the judge asked Karen Woodson and John King's attorney to prepare an order, which I think that would come across as good news for John and Karen. I mean, he could also look at that and change his mind, but he's asked those guys to prepare an order, which might mean he's not going to throw that case out and it would go forward. But I mean, at this point, it's really just the attorneys making money. I mean, nobody, it
They're the
really
ones
needs to
that
just
ever
end.
win in
Mhm.
this.
It really just needs to end. Nobody is going to win in that. So I think John and Karen might say, listen, if Ray and I'm just making this up now. I don't know this for a fact. If Ray and Bill apologize for telling lies about them, maybe they'll drop the case and everything would go away and the lawyers would stop making money and then it would all be over.
Yeah,
So-
maybe. I don't know.
but-
It's-
And then, I mean, right now it's just, and the town's not paying for that lawsuit. If
No.
anybody's wondering about it, that's different than the whole thing there. So, all right. So I wanted to get that out of the way.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
out of the way.
You have a meeting tomorrow.
We do. Yeah.
Anything exciting on your agenda
A
tomorrow?
lot of administrative stuff, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, extensions. No, nothing.
Yeah,
nothing
you guys
earth-shattering.
continue to extend the state of emergency
Yes.
4 years after Hurricane Ian, or is it Milton and
No,
Helene
Ian is
now?
done. So
Okay.
it's usually about 3 years that they go, and as long as the state has the state of emergency, when the state ends their state of emergency, then ours usually end. It's usually about 3 years after the storm. So yes, we keep extending those because if there's things that need to be done in an emergency, you could do it outside your normal procurement
Yeah.
process. So that's why you keep extending those. But even though we're doing everything under our normal procurement process, if for some reason something was an emergency that had to be done, that allows
could
us
do
to
it.
be able to get a problem fixed quickly.
So how's your gout?
Can-
I don't know. It
gonna
man can
ask
hold a
you.
microphone now. That's good.
Yeah.
But it's
Getting better.
Can't
it's
wait
better,
for
but it's still.
can't
not
wait to
good.
get him out on the pickleball court, Joy, so we can see how
You're
he's
gonna need
gonna
all the
play.
practice you get. I mean, I'm really getting tired of whooping that tail, Ed. But
Oh boy. All
So-
right. Well, can I ask something?
Please do jump
Okay.
in here.
imagine how much I'd kick
So-
your butt if I actually practiced.
And your hand worked.
And my hand
Imagine
worked.
that.
I don't know. I think I could beat him left-handed at this point.
Oh, wow.
Join the league. Join our league. Join
our
Ed's league.
Join our league. It's funny. I was talking to Jorge, stopped by yesterday, and he's like, boy, man, Ed sure likes to talk a lot of smack when he's leading, but as soon as he's losing, he gets so mad. I said, I know.
Yes.
100%. I'm a total sore loser. I have no problem admitting it.
I
think your biggest problem is that you get into your own head when you're losing, and then you're
Yeah.
just easy to beat because all you got to do is keep prodding you.
Well, and
So-
I gave out my phone number to those folks at the pickleball courts, and you tell them to call me if he's getting out of hand, because they don't understand that you're complaining about yourself.
Yes, they
and
do.
you're but
the
nobody
guy on
wants
the
to
golf
hear it.
course
It's too
that
negative.
you see when he shanks a ball, he breaks the club over his knee. He's that guy.
He's the crybaby in the corner.
No
It's
doubt about
just-
it. There's,
it's fun. It's supposed to be fun.
I'm taking
and
my
you're s-
whoopee and I'm going home.
So
you're
what-
sucking the fun out of all of it.
Will played with me today, and Will's not that good. He's not horrible. He's not as bad as me, but he's not, right, Joy? He's not that good. He's not as good as you. So it was me and Will against two ladies, and they're beating our ass. And I'm up on the net. I'm close to the kitchen. For those of you that don't follow pickleball, the kitchen is up close to the net. And the lady sees me standing there, and she slams the ball and hits me right, you know where. And she and the two of them start laughing and high-fiving. And there's some kind of phrase when you hit somebody in the kitchen. And they're cracking up, and they stopped all the other games so they could say that they hit me there. And it was just like everybody was high-fiving. So I get
they
it.
couldn't believe they had such good aim.
I get it.
I'll just wait to move on to.
Oh.
Are you done with your little side stuff?
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
dear. Ask a damn question,
All
will you?
So the other day,
Oh,
yesterday,
yeah.
we were talking, and the comprehensive plan and the LDC and all that came up, and there was talk about the spirit of the comprehensive plan. What is your feeling that the spirit of the comprehensive plan is, or the spirit of the island?
Well, I don't know that I would correlate the word spirit and comp plan in the same. I mean, the vision of the community is what dictated what the comp plan is, right? Not necessarily the spirit. I could see how you could say the spirit of the
spirit
residents,
and vision,
you know,
yeah. Mhm.
ties into the vision and that. But I think the vision was laid out through the process that we've been going through for the last 3 years to get the updated comp plan that's out there now. You know, not a lot has changed. There were some cleanups that were put in there, and I know that there's been some pushback from some people on the island who think that we, you know, left the door open for people. Well, you know, what's wrong with having discussions about what is in the best interest of the island?
Mhm.
You know, to me, the land development code is there, and not necessarily to me, but the reason the land development code is there is to dictate the details. The comp plan is to talk about the vision of what, you know, what you want the island to look like. And then the land development code sets all the nitty gritty, the heights, the density, intensity, all that kind of stuff. So I believe, and I think the attorneys and everybody that's involved in this, that do this for a living, say the same thing. The details don't need to be in the comp plan. That's what you have the land development code. So now we have the comp plan set. Now we need to get some of the codes caught up, which we've been trying to do since the storm, to what the vision is of the community now. And, you know, every month you'll start to see more and more of these changes coming through the land development code that match the comp plan.
So is there anything? Go ahead.
I didn't ask.
Give
You
you
have a-
like a perfect,
follow-up
you know,
You have a
Yeah.
follow-up
like
question?
like a perfect example was, you know, we tried after the storm, we tried to streamline some things.
Mhm.
One of them was variances. If you're coming through with a variance and it gets approved unanimously by the LPA and nobody objects to it after a certain amount of time, you don't have to go through the council. You looked at some of the build back on the north end of the island, some of these buildings that were 600, 700, 800 square feet. Obviously, you can't build those back under the post-disaster build back to allow them to get back what they had to meet ADA requirements, flood requirements, all that kind of stuff, without having to go through the entire process of asking for more. So you try to make changes that make sense today without uprooting everything and starting all over.
You hear complaints about big developments coming in, big businesses coming in and wanting more mom and pops. Would you say it's reasonable or achievable for a mom and pop to come open something on the beach with the cost of doing business and getting started these days?
Well, I think there's a few things, Kim, on that. You look, there's a lot of retail space that's sitting empty because the property owner chooses not to rent it or makes the rent so high that the mom and pops can't. Do I think it's very difficult with land costs and build costs now for a mom and pop, whatever you want to call a mom and pop, to be able to, even if they own the land, to be able to build back? Obviously, if you own the land, it's much easier, but to have to purchase a piece of property on the island to build back a mom and pop, whatever you describe a mom and pop, is going to be very difficult, if not impossible. So if you have spaces that are available, which we all know the spaces that the commercial spaces that sit empty now, if you have a property owner who's willing to work, to me, if you're taking $500 or $1,000 less a month to fill your entire retail space versus it sitting there empty, to me, I don't know why you wouldn't do that. But
well, let me ask about Seagrape Plaza. They seem like they're ready to rent. Why is there only like 2 or 3 places in there?
I don't know. I don't know if the rents are too high. I don't know if it's honestly, I don't know. But that's my point, is that's one of the 2 big properties that has a lot of retail space that could be affordable to mom and pops, but the town doesn't control that. That's private business. It's private ownership. They dictate what they want to set for rents.
Well, unfortunately, the guy that owns both of those plazas is the guy that knocked the phone out of the guy's hand and runs an illegal parking lot.
Maybe you have enough money that you're okay with letting it sit there empty. But to me, if I own that property, I'm going to want to get people in there. And if you could subsidize the rent a little bit to get someone that was here before the storm or back in, I would certainly do that. But again, I don't own the property. The town doesn't own the property. Without having that, it's very difficult to make it affordable.
Are there things the town could do incentive wise to get a small business, to help a small business, or like maybe not something that's already, to go into something that's already existing, but starting from the ground up, like a boutique hotel or something of that nature? I mean,
there's a lot of different things that you could possibly do. Is it significant enough to the person developing the property to make them or entice them to do that? That's another, comes down to dollars and cents at that point. But yeah, I don't know that there's one specific thing that would open up the floodgates for people to start doing that, but it's certainly worth looking at. But nobody's approached the town that I'm aware of.
Don't you think you should call Carmen into the office, the principal of the town, and say, dude, come on, what's the problem here?
He's been into several offices for several reasons.
Yeah. I mean, it would be great if the Seagrape Plaza was full again. I mean, that'd be vibrant to that part of the island.
It's a great spot that could be filled. I mean, you talk about having doctors and dentists and physical therapy and all these things that you could have there that aren't, and it's perfectly ready to go. It's So unfortunately, again, the town doesn't own that property. We can't dictate what they do with it.
So I'm not going to pick on you about Times Square, even though it looks like a flea market, because I know something might be coming down.
Well, see, you couldn't even go one day like you were asked yesterday.
Rebecca asked me not to say Times Square, Terry, so I promised not to say it today.
She asked you to be nice for a day.
So much for that.
By the way, he didn't donate to the fireworks. I don't know if anyone knew that. So speaking of downtown, the Times Square area,
I can see your point. I mean, sometimes you remember back when we were younger and you had the records, and that one record would just stay stuck and would play that same chorus over and over unless you actually went and moved it. Sometimes you're like that record.
Well, I can tell you what, I'm going to stop on July 5th. On July 5th, I'll stop saying it. The
no,
time
you won't. You'll keep referring to it forever.
I mean, she's still taking money, by the way. The weirdest thing is he comments on our page too. It's like he doesn't have a picture of himself. By the way, he's going to have 3 pictures of his own face on the side of his building when he builds it. But he comments on our page every once in a while. I don't even remember what it was the other day, but he does comment on our Facebook page. So he's watching what's going on. I mean, but just a token donation at this point would be nice because he is going to benefit from it. But anyway, and
I wish he would do it just so you would shut up about it.
Cries every time he comes around.
If he did donate now, I would stop. If he donated $500, I would match it. How about that challenge? If he would, and I would stop bitching about it.
Yeah. You don't have Times Square.
Dude, we sold 10 of these shirts yesterday. What are you kidding me?
Moving on. What else you got?
No, so I did want to talk about the downtown area because on Thursday, when you blowing off our interview with Matt the Welder, you're going to have your own meeting at the town hall because, hey, quiet that baby down over there. You're going to have a town hall meeting because I think a big part of the meeting is the CRA, which is a community redevelopment agency or area. Anyway, for those of you that don't know, you really should support the town's effort to create a CRA. I don't know how you can, but you should go to this meeting. I don't know if you need support because
the support actually, yes, at the town. I think the town is obviously we're in favor of doing it because we're pushing it forward. But at the end of the day, the ultimate decision has to come from the county commissioners.
Right.
They have to sign off on it. So if you support what we're trying to do, and you'll get the information this coming Thursday, obviously meet, talk to your county commissioners and let them understand this is important,
So,
not just for the town of Fort Myers
just
Beach,
to
but for the
explain
county.
what a CRA is, it's almost like its own taxing district. It's not an increase in taxes. They take the taxes from the town, part of the taxes from the town and from the county, and they put it into a pot where you redevelop the blight. And so right now there's blight in the Times Square area. And if you go down to Cape Coral and 47 Terrace, that's a community redevelopment area. They've totally redone that from
Redid
tax dollars that
They
have
stay in that district.
it has to stay in the district. If somebody's got graffiti on the wall, if you've got sidewalks you need, if you got whatever fits into, and they have their own
improving infrastructure,
improving all that.
the things that you talk about, lighting, stormwater, sewer, all those kind of things can come from that fund. Can come from
it's not a tax increase. It's you take
No.
the taxes that are already being paid and you create a different fund, and it's perfect for what we have here. I mean, you don't really like
we meet all the criteria for the blight and all the things that you have to do. If you remember, like a year or two ago, Tallahassee was really pushing to try to get rid of the CRAs because of certain certain counties are using.
they were
funds
throwing
for-
parties.
Yeah,
it's just
concerts,
stupid.
things outside of what you should be doing it. With
might
that
have to go
CRA
over
funds,
there.
but you look at how successful CRAs have been in like Fort Myers, and
Yeah,
Bonita and
downtown
Cape
Fort
Coral,
Myers,
and I mean, how it's really rejuvenated that area, and that's what we're looking to try to do down here in Fort Myers Beach.
Yeah. So Thursday it's at 5 o'clock.
Howie,
At
stop
10
scaring my grandson.
at town hall. There's a whole nother show going on here behind the camera that you can't see.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
Dear, if you don't want to be on the show and you want to go spend
No,
time with the
it's all
grand,
right.
Dan and I can handle it. We've done this before.
All right.
So
I'm
there
gonna
you go. See, I
She's
knew
out.
that was going to be the case. I mean, whenever the grandbaby's around, we're shit out of luck, Dan. That's just
That's
the way
okay.
it goes.
That's all right.
So Thursday at 5 o'clock in town
I mean,
hall.
if we're being honest, was she really contributing anything?
I'm glad she didn't hear that, Dan.
No, she
I'm
didn't.
so glad she didn't hear that
She
because
didn't.
I would be getting my ass kicked later.
She was in baby zone. She didn't hear anything.
Yeah. And I don't even know, is the study done? You had to do a study as part of the process.
It's still going through it. Yeah, you have to, part of the process. You got to get a study to does it meet all the criteria, right? So I think you're going to see some of that information on Thursday come out. Obviously, we'll be able to hear from our constituents to tell us what they think. And
Do you have
No.
any idea how much that tax pot would be?
I do not.
Okay,
No,
because that'd be
no.
interesting to see. And if you were to prioritize your top 3 things, if you had a pot of free money, what would you do with it?
Infrastructure for sure would be number one. for me.
Underneath Times Square, you
Yeah,
got to do that.
Well, you got to get the infrastructure done. Nobody likes to talk about it until their toilets don't flush or the water doesn't flow out of your shower. And it's not the pretty stuff that you don't see. It's not like flowers that you get to see every day. It's things that, without infrastructure, you have nothing.
So
for
underneath,
me, that would be number one.
okay. So we're talking about a wider area than just the Times Square area, right? It might come down here.
I think it's, if I remember correctly, and they'll give us a little more information on Thursday, is you're looking at the downtown zoning district as a whole.
Okay.
Consider the downtown.
Where does that, for people that don't, I don't even know where that is.
So I think it goes down close to like Diamond. I don't know the exact
Oh.
boundaries, but it's basically the downtown core area.
Speaking of infrastructure, if you're coming to the beach, be patient because they are fixing the medians between here and I don't know, Mr. Tequila, and they're
It's gonna be
working
going
on
for
it.
a while.
Yeah, and they are stopping traffic as you're going just to keep it safe because they don't. That's a tight squeeze for the workers.
Yeah, on the north end of the island, I noticed they were having to chip up the pavers and actually put new pavers down. So when they're chipping up, they got to stop traffic to load it with the skid loader into the trailer. So just be patient.
Yeah, and I'm
And
guessing
you can see how it's working. The
it is.
sections that have been completed just this morning driving down, the sections that they haven't done had water sitting on it, and the sections that were done, the water had drained completely out. So
Hey, make sure you guys don't leave before the show ends. I mean, don't take the baby and leave. I mean, I only got 30 seconds with the baby. You don't. I see
you want
the
me to
baby's
just
going
do
out
the
the
show
front.
and you go hang with the baby too? I mean,
I never
Yeah.
get any time with the baby, so make sure to keep the baby here.
we'll just
You
pull
guys can
people
go
up out
home.
of the
Just
crowd.
leave the baby here. So next Saturday at Margaritaville, we're going to have John McClain on. We're trying to have all the council candidates on for an hour, and we scheduled a debate or a candidates forum for Margaritaville. I think it's the 24th. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's this month. And we're going to do 3 of those with all 5 candidates. There's 5 candidates. There's 3 seats. And there's no primary because it's nonpartisan here on the beach. So all 5 will go to the ballot in November.
Yep. Yeah.
And
I'm it's great. We got 5 great people who want to step up
Yes.
and fight for this community. So I'm really looking forward to following those and seeing what they all have to say. And
we had Rebecca on for the full hour yesterday. So if you didn't watch the show yesterday and you want to hear what she spoke about, if you're considering all 5 candidates, she was on the show yesterday. So John McClain will be next Saturday. And then the following Sunday, I think, is when I said to Dan, Megan has been begging Dan to take her out on the boat. Like, when was the last time you went out on your boat, Dan? When? The last Ali Frazier fight. It's been a long
it's
time.
probably about that long. Yeah, it's been over a year. For
So
sure.
I gave him 2 weeks notice that we're gonna have Anita on in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. So you have 2 weeks to whatever, get the barnacles off your boat or wherever the hell it is.
It's just sitting on the trailer in the front yard.
Take Megan out. And so we're going to have Anita on the show in 2 weeks. She's going to be here because she always goes to France or Spain or Portugal,
Spain. I think
wherever she goes
Spain,
for her summer vacation. So we're going to have her on. And then we're going to hope to have Tom's going. He's got some things coming up too. So we're going to have all 5 candidates on for the full hour and then do the debate. So that's what the plan is for the candidates. But you guys should really do all your research. And of course, to me, it's all about development. People always want to know what the development's going to be about. What's your position on development?
It's important to reach out to them. I think every one of the 5 are willing to meet with anybody that wants to meet with them. So
and
reach out to them and say, hey, can we have a meeting and have a conversation? And you get one-on-one conversation with a candidate, and you can make your decision from there. I think it's important, if you want to be involved in the decisions, to know where your potential leaders are going to be standing on things that are important to you.
And one of the candidates is here. Ed Schoonemaker is here. He's running for he's in favor of 40-story buildings. So just so you know that, but 49-story buildings.
49 and a half.
No, at least he's got a good sense of humor about it. So Will has posted something, and he's asked me to put this information out there. So I'm going to do it.
Okay, let's have it.
Did you hear? Were you copied on the email?
Okay.
So I've been bitching and complaining about Times Square and how ugly it looks. And so I try every once in a while to do things other than complain about things. And the town has gotten a quote for a paint job on Times Square. And I don't know if it'd be done in time for season, but the quote is $43,000 to paint Times Square. It's not easy to paint something like cement like that. When we did the wavy
small
wall,
little squares, yeah.
when we did the wavy wall, it was I think, Joy, you were there for that, weren't you, for the wavy wall? And we painted the wavy wall. We had a ton of volunteers, and we had a professional painter do it because you have to chip off the old paint, you have to whatever. So the quote is $43,000, and it's going to be done by a professional painting contractor, and we're going to raise the money. That's what we want to do. Is we want to raise the money. So we don't want the taxpayers to have to pay for that because, if we're being honest, Tallahassee's coming down with some nastiness about the home rule. And so we have to put our money where our mouth is sometimes if that's going to happen. I don't know that we've ever been able to raise $43,000. So it's a tall hill to climb, but it would be awesome if we could all come together as a community and raise the entire amount. So, what I'm hoping
it might be a good idea there. We talk a lot about art and having, murals and stuff. I wonder if there's any local artists out there that want to participate in doing some sort of really cool mural on the ground there that would go along with the painting to really make it unique and make it different. That would be kind of fun.
Yeah. I mean, the old colors, I don't know. I'm staying out of that. Whatever the town decides on whatever color or murals or things like that. And maybe Times Square Terry will donate to something like that. I mean, how nice would that be? We'll have him on the show. We can hand over a $10,000 check and bygones will be bygones, right? And so maybe we can find somebody like Greg. I'm not saying Greg, but maybe somebody like Greg. When we did the VFW fundraiser, he matched the amount. I mean, that would be that's what makes it really it motivates people to donate when you have a match. Like if you can raise 20, somebody will donate 20 because there's money on this island. They can help out. if they want to, you can do a before and after picture of the way Times Square looks, and it would be unbelievable because people love Times Square.
You know, maybe,
they walk
yeah.
through it now, and
You
it's
know, another
crappy.
idea is maybe some of the organizations that are putting in event permits that want to use the Times Square area, maybe they could help kick in some of the,
That's
donate
right. You got the
small amount of
farmers
money
market.
to help beautify that area that they like to use to operate businesses, which I'm in favor of, and I think people love it. But maybe there's a way to generate a little revenue from that as well.
Yeah, you got the farmers market that's coming back, and you have Blue Ribbon Events that has a bunch of events that they're promoting. I don't know how much money they have, but I mean, if we could raise $43,000, man, that would
Every
be
little bit helps,
amazing.
right? I mean,
yeah.
if you can raise a little bit of money from every event that happens there, many hands make light work.
I'm reading Barbara Hill's. I miss Barbara Hill on the board cab committee. I just want you all to know
She's
that.
great.
I don't like that
yeah,
she's
she's
not
great.
on the board cab committee. Holiday lighting and decorations, another great idea. We could actually.
Yeah,
you guys used to do that.
No,
on
I
Times
brought that
Square?
up before. One of the things that Megan and I, right after the storm, I shouldn't say right after, but a few months after the storm, we tried to get away for a weekend, and we went up to Dunedin, which is just outside of Clearwater. If you haven't had a chance to go visit that community, it's a great little community. It reminds me of like a Hallmark movie, right? And when we were up there, we went up right around the Christmas time for 2 days to try to just get off the island for a couple of days. And the way they decorated that for Christmas, I mean, it was colder than heck. We rented a golf cart up there because everything's golf cart friendly. And it was like 32 degrees or 35. It was cold. But we still went out and did it and enjoyed. And what they did, what I thought was a great idea, is every nonprofit or every family picked a light pole, and they decorated a light pole in their own Christmas decorations, whether it's Frosty the Snowman, whatever it was. And they all donated it, and they were able to create this really cool Hallmark movie type thing. When you drove around, all you saw were these cool different decorations. And I think that would be a really cool, fun thing to do. Either maybe we just start on Old San Carlos.
Great idea.
And maybe we can extend it down to Estero Boulevard, much like the flags, try to do something a little bit different. Same but different and unique to Fort Myers Beach. I would be in full support of doing something like that.
Yeah, and those of you that have helped out with the fundraisers on our page before, you know how we've done it. We've done it how you can donate by Venmo and PayPal and Zelle. I'm not sure. We're trying to figure out how to make that all work. Will's going to try and figure out how to make that all work with Nancy so that, I don't know what the process is with the government. When I do it, it's easy because I could just put it in my account. I can just write the check, and then I tell my accountant this isn't revenue. This is a pass through, and so I don't know what the government process is. But what we want to do is try and make it as easy as possible for people to donate. Just snap their finger and donate one click, and that helps. But I don't. We'll do it whatever the way that you guys have to do it, but it would be great to be able to do it.
Whatever makes it easier, right, for everybody involved, because I think people do want to help, and they do want to donate for things, and to make it as easy as possible.
Can you imagine Times Square looking beautiful by the start of season? I mean, it can never look perfect because there's no buildings,
right?
But it can look a lot cleaner.
Yeah, no, I think there's a great opportunity, and
there's pieces of concrete there.
Yeah, $43,000 is a lot of money, but
but the other thing too is you have pieces of concrete that the town doesn't own that really can be cleaned up. I mean, there are pieces of that things.
Well,
can
and that
be,
intersection will be done by then too, so I mean, it's a good opportunity to really.
Well, those kinds of things get me jacked up, man. Raising money for causes like that.
No, I think people loved it.
Yeah.
Like when we did the poinsettia tree, we had people driving over from the other coast.
It was so funny. Will wasn't even here yet. So I think Andy said, we're going to need some volunteers to help with the poinsettia plants. Yeah. So we had like 30 people show up. It took 5 minutes. By the time the other 15 people showed up, the tree was up. They were like, what do we need to do? Like,
well, and the local residents, the Highleys, stepped up, and they are donating every year. They're donating the poinsettias for that tree, and then Public Works goes out and puts it up. But that first year, we didn't know. The town didn't have the money to do it. But the people that just came and dropped. I mean, there were so many of those poinsettia trees that they had to just give them away because there was.
Angie Dieters is here. Look at Angie. Yeah, we were just talking about one of your houses.
Yeah,
the water's out. What happened? I'm just kidding. It wasn't your house. No. So so maybe if there's a way to like start ahead of time for the Christmas decorations, because it's only June. if we started collecting them somewhere and put them at your house in your garage, then by the time that we roll,
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's probably something we got to discuss with Will and council. I don't know if it has to be a council decision or not, but it'd be cool to be able to do that.
And then just get tons of volunteers donating their time to decorate Old San Carlos. How cool would that be?
It would be cool.
It's like when we do the flags on July 4th. By the way, today's Flag Day. I don't know if you guys knew that. Today's Flag Day. This 1 year ago today is when we put 15,000 flags out on Estero Boulevard. We still need flags, by the way, so please keep sending the flags. What was I talking about?
Whatever happened with the guy? Didn't you get something from a guy in Texas that was willing to?
He didn't donate them, but he discounted them because they're made in America. So the thing that we're doing, just so everybody knows, if you're participating, Tom, pay attention. Get off your phone. Did you pick up location on Estero yet? Don't talk to me. Just pick a location. I don't even live on the beach.
Megan's got ours picked out, but hasn't submitted it yet.
We're going to put the flags out on July 3rd. Let's make sure we kind of stay organized. And what's going to happen is I'm going to ask Dave Lockwood to run the drone as you're all putting the flags out on July 3rd. And then he's going to run the drone on July 4th so you can see all the flags out. And then please take your flags back in on the 5th or the 6th. Please take them in. The last thing we want is for a wind to blow the flags onto the ground.
Yeah.
And seeing the flags on the ground.
Well, we got to look at where your list is. Megan and I are going to we'll probably take, our area.
Yes. And today is the United States Army's birthday, by the way.
Yeah.
Will had to remind me of that. I did not know that. So it's going to be a huge day, July 4th.
How old did he say how old the Army is?
I think is it 251?
I don't know. That's why
is the Army. How old is the Army, Will? I thought it was the Army 250 last year. Or I think
honestly, I don't remember.
I don't. He knows for sure.
He'll
I'm
tell
sure
us.
He knows. Yeah. So and you know what he does in honor of the birthday of the Army? He does 250 pull-ups. I don't know if you knew that, but that's what he does on the birthday.
Well,
on
that makes
Flag
two
Day,
of us.
What was the last time you did a pull-up?
I don't know.
How many do you think you can hammer out right now?
Not
because you have the gout. That's why. Otherwise, you could probably bang out 10. I'm guessing.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
So you're going to take your wife out boating, right? You're going to promise her that you're going to take her out boating.
Yes, I'm going to try. I mean, assuming the boat starts, it's been there for a year. We haven't. Yeah.
Big hand for the mayor of Fort Myers Beach,
Goodbye.
everybody. Dan Allers. Folks, we did it in under an hour today because the baby's in the house. And they're not leaving this place without me getting to hold the baby. So I'm going to have to go wash my hands 3 times. So thank you all for coming to Wahoo Willie's. And if you want to join our pickleball league, give me a call at 239-247-3833. We're going to offer these shirts up online starting tomorrow. So we will ship them to Wisconsin, Ohio, Minnesota, even Lehigh. See you next week, everybody. Bye-bye.